Hi, welcome to our 2013 College Championships coverage presented by Spin Ultimate. For Skyd Magazine, I'm Ryan Thompson with Cami Groom and Adam Lerman. We're here with our women's quarterfinal recap. Cami, what happened in the Virginia-Iowa game?
Well, Ryan, this was a tough matchup for Virginia in the beginning. They're a team that likes to take a lot of possessions to score and then punch it in with some hard-fought defense and a lot of turns. Unfortunately, Iowa only let that happen for the first 3 points, and then from there on out, they played their typical clean offense. They're one of the best teams in the nation at that. Their cutters were coming down with catches in contact and in the midst of crowds, and Twowig was again phenomenal for them, and they were able to win in a blowout 15-6.
Great, thanks. The first quarterfinal game I saw was Oregon-British Columbia, regional rivals. The wind gave both teams trouble, only about 10 to 15 miles an hour crosswind, but Oregon just hasn't seen wind at all this year. They didn't go to Centex, their regionals was pretty calm, and the wind forced tons of turnovers both for Oregon and UBC. Oregon took half 8-3. UBC never really able to work the disc more than 30 yards without a turnover from Oregon giving them field position. The junky defense from Oregon was great in the second half, going all the way down their roster. Everyone knows how to play their position, and they forced a ton of turnovers from UBC. Without Catherine Hui, UBC unable to work the disc. 15-4 Oregon over UBC. In the second game, it was Carleton over Washington. Carleton was up big, 8-3 at half, kept that advantage on in the second half, 10-5, etc. They ended up closing it out 15-9 with Julia Snyder hitting Anna Reed up the line. They've been playing together since middle school. Lots of chemistry there. They used a big zone defense, big cup against Washington to force them into risky throws. Washington couldn't advance this down the field cleanly. Carleton, though, very aggressive, moving it down, very patient. They win 15-9. Adam, you saw Tufts Ohio State in the closest game. How was that?
Yeah, Ryan, this was clearly the most exciting of the quarterfinals. Tufts opened the game with scoring their O point going downwind, with a little bit of a diagonal wind, but there's clearly an upwind and a downwind side, and they immediately converted a break on the next point to go up 2-0. Ohio State got it right back, tying game at 2, and the teams traded to 7-7, with teams only scoring going downwind. On that 7-7 point, Ohio State broke upwind to take half, giving them a two-break lead heading into the second half. In the second half, Tufts had some chances to get the break back. They got within 10 yards of the upwind end zone a couple times, but they weren't able to convert those breaks. At 12-10, with stars Cassie Swafford and Paige Soper on the bench, the Ohio State D-line was able to convert another upwind break. Though Tufts scored the ensuing upwind possession, that two-break lead was too much for Tufts to overcome. Ohio State played a lot of four-man cup, regardless of whether they're going upwind or downwind. They had some big throws from Cassie Swafford and Paige Soper, and Nina Finley was making plays in the air, both offensively and defensively. Kelly Wild was running down a lot of hucks from Paige Soper. It looked like they're too far, and she just gets going and goes and gets it. On the final point, Ohio State worked the disc down on the first possession to about 10 yards outside the end zone. Soper had the disc in the middle of the field. She had Cassie Swafford isolated in the lane, looked like she wanted it, and then stepped around and threw an around forehand break to a wide open receiver on the break side cone to win the game. And the final score was Ohio State over Tufts, 15-13.
Great, thanks, Adam. Going on to semis, we have at 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central, we have Oregon taking on Iowa. At 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 Central, we have Ohio State versus Carleton. Thanks for watching.